Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sinotane Sekgono. I'm from Tata, but I'm currently residing in Port Elizabeth, Eqeberha. Okay, so without wasting time, I just want to introduce or tell you guys more about why I started this channel. So the reason why I started this channel is because I want to share a part of my life that I think there's little knowledge about. This thing that I want to share about, it's something that I feel, not necessarily feel, but I have seen that there's lack of understanding or people don't see the necessity of it, or there's misunderstanding when it regards to this particular topic. So I have been celibate for 2 years, and when I'm saying 2 years, it's very it's not very specific. Actually, my celibacy journey started way before that. I think it's almost 3 years. 3 years now. I think so, yeah. I think it's almost 3 years, but I was not intentional about it before that. And yeah, it was July 2018. I was not intentional about it at that time, and I started being intentional about it about 2 years ago, like exactly 2 years ago. um and it has not been perfect. It's a journey. It has not been perfect from the beginning, right, when it started. But now I think that when I'm observing my life, when I'm observing the journey, I'm doing like extremely better than when I started. So I want to talk about it more. I want to spread awareness about celibacy, especially in the Christian community, because nowadays you find out that people don't think that it's necessary to be celibate. Sex is very normalized. Sex outside of marriage is very normalized in our culture. You see it in movies, you see it in books, you see it in our lives. We talk about it, and it's just normal. It's just like normal. Like, it's a taboo to say that, oh, I'm not having sex. It is. I've experienced it. People, like, their actions are very shocking, especially like if I say I'm a Christian. Why isn't it expected for me to say that I'm not having sex? Why is it like, oh no, you don't have to do that? Like, people literally say that sex ingena phi ke ngoku xa uyi-Christian. Literally, like, ingena phi loo nto, ingena phi? So basically, the lack of understanding that you have to honor God in all areas of your life. You can't honor God with just other areas, or a few areas, or one area of your life, and in others there's lack. God has to be honored in your workplace. God has to be honored at home. God has to be honored in your friendships, in your romantic relationships, like relationship with your parents, your relationship with your just strangers. You have to honor God in all areas of your life. And so yeah, that's what I'll be sharing in this platform, why it's important, why I started this journey, also how my boyfriend and I are handling it, and how God has been walking us through this journey, because I am in a 5-year relationship. It's a long-term relationship. It's been 5 years. So for someone who might not fully understand or get what celibacy is, I just want to unpack that very quickly. So I took this like explanation from Google. So celibacy is a vow to abstain from sexual relations. It could be for life or until marriage. There's people who vow to abstain from sexual relations for like the rest of their lives. We call them nuns. And okay, basically it comes from the understanding that sex is godly. Sex was created by God for our enjoyment and for reproduction and for like the glory of God, basically. So me abstaining from sexual relations is honoring God and honoring God's idea of sex, God's purpose of sex, which is having it in the context of marriage. Okay. For myself, I aspire to get married, and so for me, I will be celibate until I get married. However, if I don't get married, then I will be celibate until I die, because I don't want to think that, I don't want you guys to think that it's just people who want to marry that should be celibate. No. If you're single and you're a Christian, you should be celibate, you shouldn't be having sex. But I don't want us to, like, when I get deep into it, it's not going to be from a perspective of the do's and the don'ts, but I want to share why it's good for us not to have sex when we're not married. Why and how does it honor God? And why do we become celibate? Where does the concept comes from? Where does the Bible say that we shouldn't engage in sexual relations? Also the boundaries that we set. Also what does it mean? Can you do other things as long as there's no penetration? And also how does like a relationship where there's no sex look like, you know, things like that. Those are the things that I want to talk about. Those are the things that I want to share on this channel. Those are the things that I want to spread awareness on. Celibate, I'm 24, I love sex. I do. I have had sex before. I'm not a virgin. I've had sex before. I have a child, a 2-year-old. Sex is like a part of I've experienced sex. And so I'm not talking from my perspective of I don't have desires. I do have desires to have sex. However, my desires, God's desires, come before my desires. And I believe that what God desires for me is good, because God is good, and God being good is like God being good is a good thing for me, because I can rely on Him. He's faithful, and I know that He has my best interest at His heart. And so Him saying that this is the way it's not handled, it's like very loving and comes from a good place, and it does not come from a place yokunvimba or from a place of like depriving me of something that I could be enjoying. However, it comes from a place of being a good father and a good God and a good leader. Yes. So yeah, guys, basically I just wanted to share with you guys what my content will be about. So if there's something that you would like to hear about or you want to know more about, please subscribe on my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.